What's good, YouTube? Yo, welcome back to some nonsense, bro. Concord Devs. Yeah. I didn't know this still existed. I thought, they were fired, or they were gone, or they just, moved to some remote island to not be remotely, presentable, or not presentable, known, just trying to hide, because obviously that game was an embarrassment. But they're back, and apparently they're asking for support. So yeah, let's see why and how and God knows who.
So Bungie's got a new game set to release on September 23rd, 2025 called...
Oh, okay, they have a new game coming up. Oh, that's why they came out of the woodworks. Okay. Oh boy. They have to really try to re-engage gamers to give this studio a try.
Called Marathon. And it's supposed to be this like co-op first-person shooter, extraction shooter sort of game. Players working together in what they're calling quote-unquote crews, which I believe go up to 3 people. So potentially you'll have like 2 teams of 3 going up against each other.
I've seen a Roblox game looking like this. Yeah, I think I played a game on Roblox that looks like this.
And they define the gameplay loop as get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. The reception for this game is already rather tempered at best, but many are saying it looks worse than that. For example, saying it looks really boring, really bland, and uninspired.
Yeah.
Etc.
It looks like a very basic clone of Apex.
Well, in a Reddit post from the other day, on Sunday, April 13th, a Marathon dev came out with a statement addressing the issues that people have in his own special way, which you'll see in a moment, while also mentioning that he is a dev who also worked on the one, the only, Concord. Before we read that, let's get some more context on the public reception. Here are some of the top comments from the trailer that I was just playing.
At the end of the marathon is layoffs. Hearing that there's a new Marathon game coming out and then finding out it's a team-based extraction shooter took me from such elegant, elated high to such a depressing depth so fast. Ancient Greeks are writing an epic poem about it. What the hell? Art style has a lot changed since the first trailer. Okay.
Comments reading, at the end of the marathon is layoffs. Hearing that there's a new Marathon game out and then finding out it's a team-based extraction shooter took me from such an elated high to such a depressing depth so fast that ancient Greeks are writing an epic poem about it.
Random neon here and there, really bland, yeah.
Teaser trailer in both.
It looks like a test area from Unreal Engine. On God, bro. Dead on Arrival game.
Unforgiving feeling.
Seems to be, yeah.
This trailer felt arcadey, plasticky, and casual. A very different feeling compared to the teaser trailer. This is quite conflicting, to be honest. And I love how the general vibe in the comments is that everyone's just really underwhelmed. Alright, with that context, let's hop over to the Reddit post.
Damn, speaking of the difference, man. Hopping back into Marvel Rivals looks night and day.
From the Marathon dev, who's also an ex-Concord dev, and I'll be joining you over there in VTuber mode. Hopefully you saw yesterday's video where I briefly mentioned what's going on with that.
What? VTuber mode?
TLDR. I'll be doing some videos in part with my VTuber model, maybe entirely with the VTuber model, or maybe not using the model at all.
Damn, okay. Okay, I see you. He's trying to copy Rev, bro.
It kinda just depends, but the idea is it'll help me make more videos, get more content out there. And on top of that, it can also just help me get videos done more efficiently because, to be quite frank, it's less editing when I use the VTuber model. I noticed yesterday, like I got that video done way quicker than usual. Not that my videos are highly edited to begin with, I'm not saying that. But regardless, more efficiency is still a good thing.
True,
okay,
I agree.
That all said, we're over here on Reddit with the title.
Okay. That's his VTuber, okay, looks pretty good. I was expecting Hiei from Darker Than Black, because that's his profile picture, right? And his name is literally Hero Hiei, but okay, I guess it's a little bit like inspired by it or something, I don't know. It looks alright.
Former Firewalk / Concord dev talks Marathon. Yeah, you know it's gonna be good. Hey all, former Firewalk Studios dev here. I've been a longtime lurker for many years and rarely post to Reddit / any social in regards to what is going on with my life as a developer / artist. After reading the comments about Marathon being Concord 2.0 on Reddit, YouTube and Twitch, I just wanted to share a little insight into what a 40-year-old man is feeling after dedicating a large portion of his life to making video games.
Okay, so I hope you feel ashamed that he worked on a project of a game that is completely conflicting with the majority of interests of gamers. And, you want to apologize for, for your higher-ups that they didn't realize that they were making a very bad game. I hope, right? The devs was crying, yep, for real.
I mean, I guess maybe, but like it sounds like what you really want to do is try and like make people like think it's not going to be Concord 2.0, right? So for the past 17 years, I've been part of some great projects. But by the way, not exactly a compelling argument to be like, it's not Concord 2.0. We just have Concord devs working on this. Continuing though. For the past 17 years, I have been part of some great projects and worked with some of the most talented people who made me the dev I am today, excuse me.
Okay.
Many players know about Concord and what happened with that project. Concord failed to inspire players, and the messages was heard loud and clear. It was gut-wrenching to see our project fail and be the laughingstock of many online. I have learned that failure is what drives me to succeed.
Okay, well, at least he learned from his mistakes, right?
No one feels as bad as the people who put their time on the line, hoping it will entertain the masses of gamers across the globe. Okay, pause.
Oh, yeah, sure. Bro, this is your job. Shut the fuck up, bro. You got paid for every single minute you worked on this garbage.
Did they really think? This is kind of like a rhetorical question, but like, it's still hard to believe. I'm going to change the point, actually. It's not a rhetorical question. Here's the point. It's kind of hard to believe that any of the devs who worked on Concord ever genuinely thought like, oh yeah, everyone around the globe is going to love this. Like, maybe not everyone, but gamers, massive gamers around the globe are going to love this game. My point is, how tone deaf could these people be? It's like insane. I am not asking for pity or even sympathy, because after all, this is the name of the game. You win or lose.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Some of you probably smell blood in the water and probably want to roast me for no longer lurking and exposing myself. I hope you don't, and see that people create these projects and work very hard to be the next big thing.
Yeah, nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. Oh yeah, people worked on this, yeah, so there's people that make good games and people that make bad games. Both are made by people, and you get praise or you don't. Like, if you make a garbage product, they're gonna roast your ass for making a garbage product. If you're gonna make a good product, people are gonna praise you for making a good product. It's that simple.
I commend them for taking a chance, trying something foreign to them that isn't proven nor guaranteed to succeed. It takes a lot of courage.
Hero shooters are pretty guaranteed to succeed. It's just, you have to make the characters very interesting. You have to make the characters look like you have to get characters that look like people that you want to be, that you want to pretend to be, that you want to play as. Concord did not have that. One guy made Schedule 1, exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, it doesn't take a bunch of people to make a great product. It takes a good idea to make a good product, and then you can have talented people to create it, right? But in the end of the day, it starts with a terrible fucking idea or a terrible vision to make a terrible game, right?
Okay, bro. So let's discuss this point right here where he's like, I hope you don't, and see that people create these projects and work very hard to be the next big thing.
Wait, wasn't he just saying I'm not looking for sympathy, and now he is looking for sympathy? Oh god. Oh man, how much you want to bet there's some fat dude lurking with a neck beard, Cheeto dust all over his shirt, all that, bro.
Why do so many developers like this, like specifically it's usually like AAA devs who work on a game like Concord, they end up trying to have this like toxic positivity stuff, which is something that also got exposed to Firewalk Studios, right? That was like a big point of contention, that they had this culture of toxic positivity, I believe was the quote. And it kind of reminds me of that. It's like, oh, I hope no one says anything bad about our game. We're people. We're people that work on this. How is that an
What?
actual like counterpoint of any merit? Like, hey, you're not allowed to criticize this game, this AAA game, because people work on this.
Oh shit!
It reminds me
Crazy.
of flashbacks, remember like war flashbacks from a week ago of the voice acting situation.
When you inject wokeism into a game idea, you are injecting a bad idea into a game.
The public support.
I don't. It depends, right? Depends on how far you want to push the wokeism. All right. I think you can make a compelling trans character. I do. I think you can make a trans character that is compelling enough for the average gamer that is not your typical transphobe that's very ignorant, right? I think if you make a character that is interesting enough, looks good enough, appealing enough, and as good qualities of a character, nobody's gonna care about the person being trans or not, right? Or being gay or not. I don't think the problem really is that. Sure, there's definitely people that just truly hate and despise those ideas and those concepts, right? But I do think if they make it right, they can do it. But the problem is the people that want to make these characters, they don't make it right because they're trying to make them self-insert character, and the people that are making the self-insert characters are terrible people and unlikable people. That's the issue. If they just make characters that are appealing, and they're being made by characters that aren't complete dickheads and just overall very unlikable, you can make a really good character, even with the woke agenda in mind. It is obvious, should not feel forced. Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, I think what they did to Soldier 76 or Tracer from Overwatch, both those characters are gay, right? It's not pushed in your face that they are, though. That's the thing, right? Like, yeah, you can assume that every character's straight, and I mean that's fine if you want to do that. That's fine, right? But it's not pushed in your face. And that's the issue. These characters are built on the foundation that they are trans or gay or bisexual or whatever, right? Like it's not a quality of character, it's just a feeling that they have. And if you build a character on top of a feeling that they have, you have nothing. You have an empty box. The feeling is the box. The content is the character. But the character is missing because the character is the box. AC Shadows, great idea, injecting wokeism. Yeah, also Ubisoft just sucks. So can't really only blame Shadows for that.
Their cause with the whole alleged strike that they're now calling a collective work refusal, right? It's like, oh, the internet should support us. The people, the fans of Genshin need to support us. We're voice actors. We deserve their support. And these people are like, oh, we're devs. We deserve the public supporting us. It just comes off so entitled. I don't know how they ever thought this is like an acceptable thing. And like
these are the people that when they pick up trash from the street and put it in the bin, they expect people to applaud. 100%.
Good point to constantly be making over and over again, as if it's like some sort of gotcha against criticism. And of course, the other fallback plan is, oh, when we get criticism, let's just say it's like harassment. That's always one that they like to use too.
Yep.
And we got this. I commend them for taking a chance, trying something for.
We don't own the games according to them. Yep. True that.
A lot of courage. Okay. TLDR. I worked on Concord and did my best. We came up short.
But your best was not even close to being good, bro. Just because you try your best doesn't mean it's gonna succeed, bro. Like, if I try my best to try to fly, but I don't have wings, I'm just gonna fall, Like, these people are trying to fucking fly without wings. It ain't Dragon Ball Z, bro. You can't just use your ki to fly.
That's an understatement. $200+ million loss. Game closes in like 2 weeks, was it? It's like one of the most biggest failures in gaming. And hey guys, we came up short, but we did our best. I mean, dude, if that's your best, what?
They filled their shoes with cement and jumped from a building, bro. That's how Concord happened. Shit.
Like, who would want you to work on another game? Yeah, that was our best work right there, guys. Here's now us working on Marathon. don't forget to buy it. Like, okay, bro.
Also, the name Marathon, it sucks, bro. It actually sucks. When I hear Marathon, I think, oh, it's a running game, right? No, it's not. It's an Apex clone. Crazy, dude. Feel like piling on shitting on these guys. Not that they don't deserve it. Now it depends. You can shit on the game. You can shit on game design. You can shit on the IDs of the game. But there's some people that take it a little bit further and they go personally attack the people that that made the game, right? And unless they provoked people to do that, right? Some have done that. They have like very called people out, saying, "Oh, these bigots, they deserve to die," like terrible things like that, right? And then people retaliate with more evil stuff, right? I don't support that. I don't support either side of doing that. But criticizing a game mechanics or how it's made or IDs or character, how they look, is perfectly okay. But these people have a very big problem with that because they don't understand criticism is not personal. Criticism is objective. And they just take everything personal because of something that they care about. And whenever you care about something very much, you take anything that is criticism as very personal. So you'll see it as a personal attack if you are very emotionally minded, right? And considering these people that are like very woke and all into the LGBTQ community, they're mostly driven by emotions instead of reason. These people will lash out really quickly because everything they hear about their creation or anything like that is seen as a personal attack on them as a person. And that's why they are always so wild. That's why they always make such unhinged comments or tweets. Your best was not good enough. Sucks to suck. Learn and try better. Yeah, exactly, man. That should be the mentality they have. All right. And the funny part is, whenever they see like a studio, right, where they play or where they like make the game in, right? Whenever there's a studio and it's like very like home-ish and it just breeds like this positive energy, right? Instead of a very serious business place like an office, the game is gonna suck. The game is gonna suck, right? 100%.
We came up short. Please don't punish others for our mistake. We are all human beings. Oh my gosh, there we go again. We are all human beings who are trying to create something special, and Marathon is no different. Be kind and be cool, as video games are meant to be fun.
Yeah, I agree. Video games used to be fun. They used to be made as fun. Characters used to be cool. Characters used to be hot. But now they're trying to degrade the greatness of games. Degrade the amazing concept of unrealistic and fantasy characters. And they're implementing like these real insufferable people that nobody likes in real life, and now they're putting it in games. Of course people are not gonna like that.
How about stop acting like the internet police and just make a good game? You apparently have all these talented people working on it. You got Bungie's AAA money with you too. But hey, people were saying this might be Concord 2.0, and dude had to come out and apparently expose himself to make this damage control post. Very interesting.
You know what the funny part is? I never I tried to understand why this person felt compelled to do this, right? Chinese or Korean games dominating? Yeah. And you know why they're dominating? Because they make games that are cool, that are fun, that look good. Like, they care about making a fun, cool game. Western developers care about making a message and they surround it in a game to indoctrinate gamers to think and try to forcefully brainwash them into accepting their cause. I'm not sure about that. I think Concord is a result of Karens infiltrating the game developer. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That is 100% correct. Concord was fun for real developers. Yeah, there's no way, bro. There's no way that was fun for any developer. like even the character designs, like that amount of money, even if they looked ugly, even the fact how they just looked was ass. Like fundamentally they were trash. And that's an understatement because there's literally a trash can you could play as. So, but yeah, I just don't understand how like these people like feel so compelled to do this. Like they're so emotional, man. Like take a deep breath, all right? Stop caring what the masses think. Just accept it's a failure. Try again. But they can't because they're too emotionally invested into the project and into the creation of the game. And they are still upset that it failed so miserably, even though they got paid to make the game.
We can't ever 100% confirm anyone who comes to our subreddit. This account's user history appears genuine and lines up with this post description. I'm going to leave this post up despite the report.
The character's odd. Color choice was odd.
The insight it provides outweighs.
Yeah, it was very bright and very bland.
Issues it provokes. Thank you for the unique insight, OP. It is immensely appreciated. See my follow-up comment. What's that? Addendum. Oh, is this the proof? People, when I said that we can't 100% confirm anyone comes to our subreddit, I didn't mean we hadn't done our due diligence. I meant that on the internet, one can never be absolutely certain. A 30-second glance at their user profile/history, a glance I did 17 hours ago immediately validated this user's backstory via their LinkedIn to the highest burden of proof we can possibly provide on a platform like Reddit. Please stop reporting this post and DMing me about this. Okay, I find it funny how this mod is like, oh yes, this post is so uniquely insightful. Such a insightful post. It's like, bro, the glazing, it wasn't very insightful at all, really. I mean, it's...
Of course a Reddit mod would say that. Typical. They are like the bootleggers of society, man.
Hilarious to note that this guy and others may have, this guy and other Concord devs, ex-Concord devs, are now apparently working on Marathon. But like aside from that, it's not a very insightful post at all. So I don't know. It just seems like some unnecessary glazing there. But let's see some of the most downvoted, most controversial responses.
Okay.
Pretty interesting, I'm sure. To clarify what I mean, by the way, sort by controversial on Reddit. That's a thing. I think it means like posts that are getting lots of upvotes and downvotes. There's like an upvote downvote battle going on.
I see. Yeah.
Sorry, but bland, homogenized, paint by number.
Oh, will you look at that? A very reasonable, well-articulated comment about why the game failed, why it was ass. Of course, they got downvoted on Reddit because they can't handle the truth. Yeah, makes sense.
Games like Concord deserve to fail. Devs need to be reminded that AAA games exist to be sold as products. If the first reaction to the game is a resounding meh, then rather than taking it as an insult or ignoring it, maybe ask why.
Yeah.
Then put in the work to understand the reason why people are not responding to it and try to course correct before it is too late. Ignoring the...
Well, first of all, the game was not free to play. Every single hero shooter, when that game came out, is free to play. So they already fucked up there, right? So it was already a paid game. So you're already getting like a lot of people that are just not even gonna try it, right? And then on top of that, the game looked ass. It ran like ass. Even when there was like barely any people playing, there were like a bunch of server issues. And that could be launch stuff, you know? Most games have that issue, right? Marvel Rivals didn't, but Marvel Rivals is like a whole, like, you know, very big studio. Oh, wait. They also had a big studio. What am I saying? No, never mind. I thought that was a good critique, but no, it's not. But yeah, like the whole game sucked. From the design to the functionality of it and the price.
Issues, making self-pity posts, and hoping for the best is going to end just like it ended for Concord and Firewalk. You might not want to hear it, and this might get downvoted like crazy, but it is the truth and needs to be said. The main problem with AAA games these days is that they all try to copy-paste from each other because they are ballooning their budgets on useless tech that no one asked for. That also has the side effect of being so performance expensive that it locks out half your potential user base.
Yep.
Example, ray tracing. This is very performance impacting, barely makes a difference.
The game had ray tracing? There's no way, dude. The game looks so bad.
visually, and making it mandatory locks many people with older PCs out of being a potential customer. No one cares about Concord. The sales prove that. Concord is just a cautionary tale that other devs should learn from. It should be an example of what not to do. And this person gets -2 downvotes.
That's crazy, bro.
Including the OP and saying, I commend them for taking a chance, trying something foreign to them that isn't proven nor guaranteed to succeed.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah, it might not be guaranteed to succeed, but it was guaranteed to fail.
It takes a lot of courage. Taking a chance with what? With making another bog standard live service shooter with seemingly no campaign? Going with bog standard acid color palette? Boldly ripping off another game in the genre without an ounce of originality? Oh, I know. They took a chance with ripping off their own old IP for name recognition, while having seemingly nothing to do with it. So bold, so proud. With all due respect to the work you did on Concord, and I did assume you did your best, but that game died because it was absolutely creatively bankrupt. The game didn't have a single original thought put into it. Marathon also looks creatively bankrupt. I'll be happy if I turn out to be wrong on that, but boy will I celebrate if it brings the modern Bungie down.
Damn.
Conversely, though,
Damn, bro's praying on their downfall. That's crazy. I know they've been dragged to hell and back, but they need to learn. Gamers do not want this. Yep.
This person who says, having played Concord for a good 30 hours.
It's funny also because, you know, their side is always, oh, vote with your wallet. And then gamers do that. And no, don't do that.
Hours. I enjoyed it. Wow, that's like 20% of Concord's life right there. Good job. The person really got some hours in while he could. But anyways, look at this. We've got a response where the OP responds. Says, they're really bringing out the heavy hitters for damage control, huh? The OP's like, my opinions are my own, and this is how I feel. Take it or leave it. And the response that another user gives the OP, as well as this comment right below it, bring up the point that I was basically making earlier about the lack of insight, because that moderator was like, wow, this is so insightful. So these comments read, people will leave it. You completely failed to address all the problems with these games, and you're basically just begging for people to play your terrible game because you tried hard. You got hundreds of millions of dollars and years of time, and you could not come up with something more interesting than another generic shooter, and you made it visually repulsive because of some weird man-hating ideological reasons too.
Yep.
And this one saying, you didn't talk much about Marathon there, pal. 3 responses. Let's see this. Oh, the OP.
Oh boy.
The OP response says,
oh, it's never good, man. It's never good when the main guy himself keeps responding to all these comments, bro. It's never good. Wallets speak louder than words. Yup. Absolutely. Like Snow White. Oh, bro. Don't even start. Bro. The biggest issue with that film wasn't even that the main actress was a bitch. That was not even the worst part about the film. That's the crazy part.
I didn't need to. Search all the other threads on Reddit calling Marathon as Concord 2.0. I'm not your pal, guy. What the frick? What the heck? Antagonizing potential customers that has never backfired before because it is Concord 2.0. No need to talk about Marathon. And another OP response to this one.
Oh boy.
Around here. There we go. Interesting time and place to come post this. The OP says, yeah, I sat by and watched the comments roll in while working at Firewalk. The comments are living rent-free, man. He's never going to forget.
Oh, while working. Oh, I see. So their working is browsing Reddit. Nice. It did not help that for sure. Yeah. Rachel Ziegler was not really commercially successful, let's say that.
What happened, the comments that people made about Concord. I had to. It's a matter of being professional.
My uncle works at Nintendo. Yeah, sure he does. That does sound like this, though.
Ain't no way. I'm not going to sit idle anymore. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's not going to sit idle anymore, guys. He made this Reddit post.
Oh, no.
We've got another. Next
up is a YouTube video where he starts like this. You know? Tell your uncles lower the game prices.
OP Dev response. First, the comment reading. I'm sorry, what's the point of this post? If you're trying to tell people not to be mean, then that's going to make things even worse. The OP says, to possibly illustrate that devs are human beings. Yeah, no one ever thought that before. Like, what the frig? Why you keep saying this over and over again, man? Like, I already addressed.
For somebody who's on Reddit, I am amazed how he doesn't understand that the majority of people online do not give a fuck and have like no morality whatsoever, bro. Like, how is he on Reddit and doesn't know this? How does he not know the average psychological response to they are humans, so be nice? Like, what did he expect? Oh, my bad. He's just like me for real. Oh shit, damn. My bad. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be so mean because he's also human. He's the same me, bro. Like, what? Now that would might have worked if he said, "Oh, these devs are black," and then other like bootlicking black people would be like, "Oh my god, oh I'm sorry, I didn't never wanted to criticize you," but that's a whole different issue.
Address this point. I just can't believe he's still going off like that, making a game for enjoyment and yeah, okay.
Well, the last place to look for pity. Yeah, it's dumb.
You're not getting paid at your big AAA company. It's all for enjoyment. You should feel bad for us and support us, and possibly resonate with others' ability to have compassion and empathy. The gaslighting is real, bro. The gaslighting is real. This person says it's like telling a bully to have sympathy. I think this person's the bully, if anything. I don't think people responding to these terrible games are the bullies. I think the corpos are the bullies, to be quite frank. They made a terrible game, Concord, and want to charge people $40 for it, and then when the game flops and people don't want to waste their money on the game, suddenly they're the problem, they're the bullies. Like, no, dude, that's ridiculous. It's not how that works. These AAA corpos constantly bash gamers whenever they get a chance. Then when their games flop, they play victim, and it's all extremely manipulative. Let's go to this comment. This may be the last one we take a look at, unless there's another interesting dev response. Can we stop pretending that devs making the most generic games imaginable are somehow bold and brave? No other job gets a free pass like game devs whenever something bombs or receives criticism. I feel like they're being babied at this point. So tired of this. Alright, so yeah, those were some of the comments.
Yeah, they truly are men children, man. Like, these devs, they are so childish, right? They're so emotionally motivated to do anything. And it's frankly very pathetic. Very pathetic humans. Alright? They might be humans, but they're pathetic as fuck. I saw Warfare this week. Interesting film that both the left and right like it. Most realistic war film I've seen. Big surprise. Make a movie that's truthful, that doesn't preach, and people respond. For real, man. That's how it is. That's how it is. Like, people don't care about controversial topics. They don't. They really don't. But whenever it's controversial and wrong or delusional driven, that's where people are gonna have an issue. If it's logically driven and controversial, you won't have a lot of backlash from it, because the people that have most of the time backlash against this kind of thing are very logically inclined to, or not logically inclined, very logical thinkers, right? So they're more inclined to reason it out instead of just accept what is being shown. And if you can reason something out, the majority of people that are critical thinkers will just accept it. Like, oh, well, that makes sense. Even if this is very wrong, right? Let's say there's like a film about why Hitler wasn't wrong, right? Let's say that. It's would be a very controversial film, right? And let's say they reason it out why, in hindsight, it was not a bad... nah, maybe not like that, but like, like they make him seem as he did something good, right? And even though the message of the film would be very wrong, right? Because there's nothing in history that can excuse what he did, right? But the message is reasonable enough for people to understand why the film exists, right? So they might disagree with it, but because it's driven in like logic instead of emotion, it's more easily digestible. At least that's my take on it. I think that's how the majority of people work. So, all right. Well, that was a video. God damn. Oh. What did he think was gonna happen, man? Like, what did he think? How did he think this was gonna end well? Posting it on Reddit Maybe if he posted on like, I don't know, Facebook or something, or Blue Sky. I think if he posted on Blue Sky, I think it would have gotten a very good response. I think the best social media for people like that is Blue Sky. That is so far left, it's crazy. Like the amount of posts I saw when I just made an account just to see what's up, right? I saw so much propaganda. It's crazy, dude. Actually insane. But yeah. Anyway, let me know what you thought about the video. Like and subscribe. That's about it. Take care.